Hello and welcome to Infinite Self-Worth After Narcissistic Abuse. This channel is all about helping women to understand and recover from this insidious, deadly form of abuse. I'm Maria McMahon. I'm a clinical NLP hypnotherapist, life coach and author, and I work with professional women who want to fully take back control of their lives. Now, there's a lot of talk out there about how omnipotent and powerful narcissists are. But the truth is, they're not. They just believe they are. And until you learn that truth, you might think they are too. Now, I want you to know that you can heal. You can be happy again. You can learn the power of self-love, and you can attain infinite self-worth after narcissistic abuse, the kind of self-love that will enable you to never become a victim again. Okay, so let's get started with today's video. I hope you enjoy it and find it helpful. Okay, so in this video I'm going to ask the question, what is narcissistic abuse and how does it affect you? So narcissistic abuse is a form of primarily emotional abuse, although it can and does often involve physical abuse as well. NPD is a mental illness, and those who have it must abuse their target or victim. It's how their warped minds function, and they can't or won't or don't want to control or change their behaviour. And as I mentioned in my previous video, if you happen to have seen it, studies suggested that they're addicted to dopamine, one of the brain's happy or feel-good chemicals. Unfortunately, the only one who feels good is the narcissist. Now, the key to understanding if you're being emotionally abused is simple. How do you feel around this person? If you're dealing with a narcissist in the post-love bombing stage, the chances are you're feeling absolutely awful. You'll be walking on eggshells, you'll be questioning your sanity, and you'll be feeling worthless, just for starters. Now, the longer you have to remain in a toxic relationship like this, the longer the list of symptoms gets. And I'm just going to run through some of those symptoms here for you. You'll be familiar with them all, but you may not realise they can all be caused by being in an abusive narcissistic relationship. So depression, insomnia, sleep problems, nightmares, difficulty concentrating, isolation and loneliness, hypervigilance, irritability, inability to do your usual job or take care of your home, negative thoughts about yourself and the world, inner despair and turmoil, anxiety and panic attacks, low self-esteem, feeling inferior and inadequate, lost sense of self, fearful, joyless. And of course, if you're out of the relationship, most of those symptoms, as well as others such as PTSD and complex PTSD, are not simply going to vanish because you're no longer in the relationship. Your emotional landscape has been scarred, and you need to find ways to heal. You need to rewrite the internal script that's playing in your head, and you need to recalibrate your emotional landscape. So what exactly does narcissistic abuse look like? When the narcissist gets to the devaluing stage, that's when the nasty really begins. They'll start by doing any or all of the following that I'm going to mention, and these are just a few examples. There are thousands, there's no end to what they'll get up to. They'll criticise you, your clothes, the way you walk, talk, eat, think. Nothing about you is okay with them anymore when they get to the devaluing stage. They'll discredit you. Nothing you've achieved will be of any value. They'll constantly play up their achievements and they'll play yours down. They'll belittle you. They'll try to make you feel small and inferior and worthless by ignoring anything you say or rolling their eyes or butting in with their own glory story because what you have to say is of no interest to them. They'll mock you. They'll do their best to make you think that you're stupid and a waste of space. Here's another thing they'll do, and this is really, really hurtful. They'll bring up intimate or personal things you've shared with them. And I'll give you an example from one client that I worked with. She'd shared some details with her narc about sexual abuse that had happened to her when she was a child. He threw this into her face several times, saying vile things like, "It's your own fault, you asked for it. You've always been a whore at heart." Nothing is sacred, and your secrets are never safe with a narcissist. They'll lie to you. They'll lie about everything and anything. They'll tell you lies that your friends and family have said about you. They lie about where they were, who they were with, what they've been doing. Frankly, they can't tell the truth without lying. They'll control you. They'll try to isolate you from family and friends and anyone who's important to you. They'll try to stop you going anywhere without them or without their permission. They'll check your phone and your emails. They don't believe you have a right to any personal space or privacy whatsoever. They'll also control the finances. They honestly believe that what's yours is theirs, and they have no conscience about bleeding you financially dry. They'll steal, lie, and cheat you out of every cent they can get their hands on, and they'll leave you financially and emotionally broken. Another thing they do is projection. They'll take all their own nasty characteristics and accuse you of doing or being these things. It would be hilarious if it weren't so bloody tragic. They'll also withhold affection or sex. Back in the beginning of the relationship, you felt loved and cherished and sexy and you had amazing sex. Now, there's no physical contact at all and you feel unattractive and rejected. And if you try to initiate sex or even a cuddle, they'll brush you off and likely tell you you're a nymphomaniac. And of course they cheat on you. In their constant quest for more narcissistic supply, the narc is never satisfied with one relationship. He or she is usually a serial cheater with often several relationships running at the same time. Now, if you catch the narc out, they'll blame you. It will be totally your fault and you made him do it. Now that's not the end of the list by any means. There are many, many more things that go on, such as smear campaigns, flying monkeys, triangulation, discarding, hoovering, gaslighting. And all of those things, all of them warrant videos on their own, because this is such a big subject. So I will deal with all those separately in different videos. But for now, if you're watching this and you recognise these ploys, I really do feel for you. But as I've said in my previous video, and I will say it more than likely in lots of other videos, knowledge is power. Once you know what you're dealing with, you put yourself in a position to start dealing with the massive fallout that is narcissistic abuse. Now, my aim with this channel is to bring you as much information and advice as I can on just how to go about doing that. And remember, you can and will get over this. And I'll just remind you here of the 4 important tips that I shared in my first video. And those were: 1, it's not your fault and you are in no way to blame. Number 2 is that NPD is a mental illness. The narc is the sick one, you're not. Number 3 is you can heal and it doesn't have to take years. And number 4 is you will find love, joy, happiness and infinite self-worth again. I want you to sear these into your brain. Write them down and refer to them often. Regaining your sanity and getting your self-worth back starts with your thoughts. It starts with rewiring your brain to think differently and to stop the negative dialogue running in your head. You absolutely can heal. Believe me, you can. I know women who are healing all the time, and you can too. Okay, so that's it for this short video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you find that helpful, and I look forward to sharing another video with you soon. Thanks again. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that interesting and helpful. And if so, please hit like and subscribe for more videos. I'll be posting new videos every week. Now, if you'd like to hear more tips and connect personally with me, check out the links below this video. You can join my mailing list, and if you prefer to have the transcripts, I'll be happy to send those to you. And I've also got some wonderful healing hypnosis MP3s that I'd like to send you. And you can also join my closed Facebook group, Infinite Self-Worth After Narcissistic Abuse. Now, this is a woman's only group with exclusive content every week. So do check out those links below, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now, and thanks again for watching. I appreciate your time. Thank you.